I follow Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, on Twitter, and he tweeted this. It says, "Woo! As a wild kid, I grew up in the world of professional wrestling." First of all, let me just stop you right there. What do you think this post is? Judging on that, you saw it. It said "show more," where you could see more words right there, right? There was more words to describe. You see the headline. How are you supposed to interpret this other than? But it's not. It's a movie announcement. But still, I just don't like the way he pulled this. The video, I'll play it later in a second. He grew up idolizing the nature boy Ric Flair. He was, past tense, he was one of my heroes, which makes you think he's not alive anymore. And once I broke into wrestling, began to spill my own sweat and blood in the arenas across America, that's him saying, "Hey, white people, you guys love patriotism, America, USA? Pay money to see my movie." You know, a lot of Republicans live out, or Republicans, a lot of people who love America type people, they're outside of the cities. The cities love patriotism. The cities don't love patriotism. It's the outside country folk who love their country. They've got disposable income because they don't live somewhere really expensive. They've got if someone's going to spend money on entertainment, it's not going to be the guy who's trying to decide, man, pineapples are how much? Oh my God. Like, it's going to be the people who live where they got enough money to spend on entertainment. So that's what that's all about. My reverence for Rick turned to great respect because I realized just how rare and almost impossible it is to truly disrupt the wrestling business and truly change the game. And that's exactly what Ric Flair did. True. You know who else likes Ric Flair? People who are going to pay money to see Ric Flair and their identity and what they look like. Yeah. Rock is still recovering from endorsing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You may not think that way because you maybe voted for those guys. But there's people who just lost favor with him because he dared go against their Lord and Savior. Ric Flair had a relentless passion to be the greatest of all time. Again, with the past tense, had to be greatest of all time. But with achieving the GOAT status, he also sacrificed it all, paid a heavy price, and lived to tell the story. I am not wrong for thinking he died. And one of the comments over here was like the top comment said, "Rest in peace." Where was it? I can't even find it, but someone said it. Rock is a legend. Rick is the man. Great documentary on Netflix also. Where is it? Ric Flair was awesome. So one of these guys said, "Rest in peace," the first time I saw this. As you can see, let's just play the video. "Thank you for the house, Rick." When he says, "Thank you for the house, Rick," he didn't buy him a house. That is the gate attendance at an event. "Thanks for the house." So because he was on the card and he main evented, people came to see him, paid to see him, and so he's saying thank you for providing for us. Woo! Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to produce a Ric Flair biopic.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine wreck, jet flying, son of a gun.
He has a lot of rhymes, huh? I can see where The Rock got it from. That rhyming scheme. Of course, you got to show The Rock getting socked.
I live and breathe.
And we got a second image of The Rock. Yeah, because this moment was integral to his career, yes.
Day of my life.
I see Rock. That moment there, that was that's after the Rumble. When he says that probably should be the ending of the movie. I don't know what you cover in a Ric Flair biopic, but I know that there's opportunity to do a sequel. Let's keep it 80s, and then just when he gets signed to WWE, climbs that mountain, holds that title, that's when I would close out the movie. There's a lot you can cover on Ric Flair. Of course, the plane crash will be covered in 75 in October 4th. I'm wrong about that number. I think you can get a lot out of an actor, and if it's the right actor, sign him for a sequel. You know, an option to pick up and exercise option to do a sequel. And then, 4 or 5 years happen. The guy will age. Not that it matters because once you're 40, aging. The guy will age and they'll they'll do more Ric Flair movie. There could be reason for a sequel, possibly even a trilogy featuring his daughter. You never know, because his daughter wrestles. The Ric Flair movie, as long as you get the right voice, because Iron Claw did not have the right voice for Ric Flair. His mannerisms, sure. Attitude, he was all fun and games and stuff, but Ric Flair's voice was so dreadful. I got into that in the review. I just don't have the review up because I had technical difficulties. I was outside filming it on my phone. The review needed to be decompressed or compressed or something, and then I thought maybe I can cut it into chunks and send it and do the editing, but I never got to it. Which I should. I probably can. If I do it, it'll be here to watch. Rock did a movie, Fighting with My Family, featuring Saraya or Paige in the WWE. It was a women's movie, women's wrestler. They had access to a WWE ring also to film the scene where, at the very end, where Paige becomes champion. They did it and successfully, they did a wrestling movie. Rock now has more resources than ever, being a board member at the company. A company that owns the WWE, because yeah, they sold. Amazingly. TKO, they're blessed. TKO, WWE, they've got every reason to make this movie a hit. There will be cameos of guys who are currently wrestlers now, playing wrestlers from yesteryear. It'll be fun, a little Easter egg hunt of who's playing who. Get John Cena in there. Who could John Cena be? Hogan, maybe? I'd get John Cena to play Hulk Hogan. That'd be funny. As like two of the faces. There's got to be a Hogan in that movie. Aside from the cameos, though, the real life story of this man is worth having. He's got some documentaries, yes, but a biopic is just more fun, and it's got to be fun. We're gonna know whether we like it or not when the trailer comes out and we hear who you got as Ric Flair. Now's a good time to talk wrestling, though. The Rock is currently on SmackDown as what? As a villain. This guy said, okay, you guys are rejecting this me versus Roman Reigns match. I thought it was cool. Fine. I'm going to still be a part of this WrestleMania push. I'll just play the role of, if you smell what the bloodline is cooking. That's what I'm talking about. He understands it. He gets it. Rock has problems. Rock has like these things in his contracts where he can't get beat up too bad to make him look weaker. I think it's kind of ridiculous, although I do understand how you got to do other movies where you got to be perceived as a tough guy. So you see it, I can weigh it, but I still think it's ridiculous about him and Jason Statham couldn't beat each other up too badly in Fast and Furious 8 or 7. He's got issues. He's not liked. He's got the politic thing that's happening with the Republicans not liking him, but his wrestling character is supposed to be hated. And so he's accomplishing what he needs to accomplish. Instead of cheers, they're boos. But that's the intention. If those boos can create a star and make Cody Rhodes more popular, he's doing the right thing. Salute to him for course correcting. Of course, he's totally wrong if he really thought he could just, okay, I know Cody won the Royal Rumble, but I'll be the one in the main event. If you really thought that was going to work out, I don't know. But you've made the right thing. And isn't that what you want? For feedback to be heard? Don't we appreciate that the Sonic, after the first trailer, the Sonic movie got revamped? Don't we appreciate that? And we like that Paramount did it? Don't we want Marvel to recast T'Challa? Don't we want them to admit to mistakes and correct? Yeah. So you got to give them points when it does happen. Even though it was stupid to get there. We got to give them points. Fighting with My Family review is right here. The Iron Claw review is here if it ever comes up. I'm going to be a little bit more wrestling centered, a little bit more. Me and Anzo were talking about it. Others were talking about it. It's a good time.